Hi, everybody. Welcome to our Vampire the Masquerade 5th Edition Chronicle Vancouver Adjacent by Night. Yes. As a warning, this is a mature game, and it explores some dark and troubling themes. These may include body horror, gore, violence, loss of character agency, gaslighting, mind control, and many others. Our players have discussed consent and boundaries, and we collectively avoid situations that may be triggering. The players will always let me know if anything gets uncomfortable by using yellow and red cards in our private chat. If you as a viewer ever feel uncomfortable or triggered, please pause and step away. Our streams will be available on YouTube after the game, so you can always come back to an episode if you feel ready. I would like to thank our wonderful host and sponsor, Level Up Dice, for giving us this opportunity to share this story with you. Please support them by purchasing their exquisite dice or spreading the word about them on social media. And for today's dice, we're going with some Salubri, whatever. I don't know what they're called. Yeah, they're the tasty ones. And also our new sponsor for Season 3, Dogmite Games. Dogmite Games is the best gaming company you've never heard of. They combine craftsmanship with artistry to create a truly unique pieces of functional art for your game. From dice boxes to rolling trays to fully sculpted Valhalla screens for GMs, each piece is created on-site in their workshop in Michigan by their devoted team of craftsmen. And we've got these. I'm going to readjust mine so you can see it. Yeah, there we go.
I like the back of them with the onks and everything.
Oh, yeah, the back is very slick.
Yeah.
I also have one of their dice sheaths.
Ooh.
Yeah. This thing is, yeah. And I have to say, the neodymium magnets in these, they are no joke.
Yeah.
It's true.
These puppies are strong.
And you can mark off, let me see here. You can mark off your hunger. That probably isn't showing up, but okay.
No, I gotcha.
Yeah, you can mark off your hunger with these. So that way you can always keep track. So, when last we saw our intrepid kindred, one of them had just become a primogen.
Yay!
Coincidentally enough, introducing our vampires, I'm going to start off with that particular primogen. So, Brennan, take it away.
Hi, I'm Brennan. I play Charlotte. I'm the primogen. Ventru primogen. You can't make fun of me anymore.
I mean, you can.
We can't. Like, are you sure about that? We can't make. We can't.
I mean,
are you
we
sure?
were all primogen first.
Hey,
I mean-
yeah, first is the worst.
All right. So, Zachary.
Hi, I'm Zachary Vauder. I played Charlie Lawrence, the very first person to become primogen in this group, Malkavian primogen.
Yeah, that is correct. Sam.
Hi, I'm Samantha McLarty, and I play Elena Cortez, the La Sombra primogen. And the only reason Charlie became primogen first is because I stabbed him with the butter knife.
Something to brag about.
Point. That is a good point. For all of these mentions of who became what when, go over there because we'll have our YouTube thing up there, and you can check out the back episodes on YouTube. Patrick.
I'm Patrick, playing Harley the Nosferatu, and my cell phone is now silent. Sorry about that.
Ding.
Don't silence your cell phone. That's how we wound up in that situation a couple episodes ago.
That's very true.
Yeah.
Yeah. And last but finally not least, Lex.
Hi, I'm Lex. I play Cassandra, the Toreador Primogen, and Harpy, and all that matters is that I wasn't the last one to become Primogen.
Well, I'm banging your dad.
This escalated very quickly.
That just went from 0 to 100
Jesus.
3 seconds.
I just came here to have a good time, and I'm feeling very bad.
It's fine, guys. Everything's fine.
Don't play that game with me.
So, when last we saw the coterie, Charlie and Cassandra were very confused as to what exactly had just happened in front of them as Charlotte decided to go on a date with Cassandra's sire. These are the nights of our lives.
She said it was okay.
Was it okay though? Is it what she said or how she said it?
It's fine.
Things I've learned as a storyteller.
Right. She said it's fine. I have trouble reading social.
That is true. So we're going to actually have it be several nights from the last episode, and I'm going to get a rouse check from everybody to see what the hunger level's at. Let's default back down to the starting one to see what everybody's at.
I succeeded.
Right. So, give me a second for haven't looked up these particular files in a while. So we'll deal with Charlie's later. First, we'll go with Cassandra's.
Hey.
You hear in the back of your mind your sire. Cassandra. Cass. You have to eat.
I don't want to talk to you right now. I'm mad at you.
It doesn't matter if you're mad at me or not. It doesn't change the fact that you have to eat.
Why don't you go tell Charlotte she has to eat, since she's your new best friend?
I don't have to tell Charlotte she has to eat.
Of course not. Charlotte would already know that.
Yeah, that's true. Listen, are you gonna eat or not?
No.
Really?
Yeah?
That's how you're gonna play this?
Yeah.
No
You
wonder.
want to play little games? I can play little games too.
No wonder I left. And that's the last you hear from the beast for a while. And I'm still looking up those particular files because they're buried in a Dropbox somewhere. So everybody
Oh my
else.
god, that was devastating.
Ouch. Like,
You realize how
I
long I've
felt
been
that
holding on
shit.
to that one?
damn.
My god.
Claws are coming out tonight already. Whew.
Let's deal with Charlotte last because the episode is kind of going to be an epicenter of the hurricane that is Charlotte.
Hurricane Charlotte.
Hurricane Charlotte. So, Harley, what are you doing once you awaken?
Well, Harley has been busy during the downtime here trying to get everything ready for the cavalcade of Ventru that are going to be making their way into the building here. Harley has spent his time looking into all of the Ventru in the city, putting together an actual hard copy, like Facebook of, who's who and their publicly available information. He hasn't had the time to start digging into their more personal private matters, but at least Charlotte is going to be prepared for whatever's about to happen. And he also has not had the time to fulfill Elena's request.
I was going to be asking this because you sent me kind of a similar message in our chat. Just to clarify, call it my storyteller need to know. When you say Facebook, you don't mean the actual
No.
website, I'm guessing.
No, no, that is an actual term. Is a it is a book with you.
I'm just saying some people out there might be confused that you're making Facebook.
That is true. That is
for
true.
the
Don't mean
entire
this is a
Venture
version,
clan.
right?
Like the Facebook group chat for the Venture clan. You invite them all in, then they're like,
Say
"Who are
again,
you?
Zach.
How did you get my
You
Facebook?"
don't mean the Zemissi version, right? You mean
No.
like an actual like, book that has people's pictures in it?
No,
That's their faces.
No, he's not
You
that
wanted-
Sabat yet.
No.
I've got to confirm this stuff now.
You want to take their face off?
Face. Look.
but so that's what we've been. That's what I've been doing anyway. And
Okay.
I'm just getting everything all put together and making sure that Sandra also has a copy because she will need to make sure that she's showing the proper deference to these strangers that are coming into our house.
And I found the files. So, Charlie,
Yeah.
provided this actually plays. So,
Okay.
Yeah. You hear? Hey man. There's a thing. There's somebody. How can I put this? And then they stop.
Dark in here. I can't see anything.
I know. I think I know where you are. We just have to get in there. Just have to get in there.
So yeah, what's that all about? Because I have no idea, and that's weird.
There is one of us in
Right.
shadows. The Shadowland.
Well, can't you just talk to Elena? Or actually, better idea. Why don't you just absorb Elena's essence, and then you can go get her yourself?
No.
You still have yet to come up with a good reason for that not happening.
Because then I won't have Elena.
Yeah, you would. She'd be in here with us. Jeez, do I have to think
That's
of
not
everything?
like the worst idea.
Is it though?
I think.
Is it
Oh yeah.
really?
Yeah, the more we talk it out, the more I think it's actually a worse idea. Like every additional second that you suggest it, it goes down in ranking.
Well, that's not very nice of you.
Oh,
That's it. You're officially off my Facebook top 5, and then you don't hear anything about from the Beast anymore.
Didn't think you could have a Facebook top 5. Thought it
Do
was
I
up-
hear this happening?
Yeah, I'm talking out loud. I thought it was
Um,
alphabetical.
Charlie,
Hi.
what was that about?
Radio. Making suggestions on how to go get Lost Malkavian in the Abyss.
Okay. Seems like you were arguing a bit, as I'm going
They're
to
not good suggestions.
guess that they don't agree with whatever it is that you are considering.
They're just not good suggestions from them.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm still trying to sort out. I haven't gotten to actually ask Harley. He's been running around all over the place. I feel like he's avoiding it, but I don't know. But I don't know why we can't do the thing that we very obviously have to do to get her out.
You went to the abyss?
Yeah.
Because I'm not quite capable of navigating it completely.
Well, I mean, apart from that, like he said, like we can't do that, and then just phone cut off, and just, that was kind of
I think that he is concerned about You know, Alexandria and Nixodon.
Why they can't go in there?
No, but when we bring her out, that could potentially foil whatever plan that they have. And then if they find out that that is what we are intending on doing, and then they stop us, or worse, they're there when we do bring her out, and they decide to, you know, eat her. There's not a lot we can do about it.
That would be dumb. Because then they wouldn't have an easy way to get Hazoon out of the prince position. That would actually
Perhaps-
be harder.
Perhaps that's not their intentions right now. Maybe they don't want to zoom out of the prince position just yet. There's
I,
a lot of things happening that I've been considering, like maybe they're working with Azun and we don't know it. Sabat, Lasambra, Zamitsi.
I mean, we're making an assumption that Hazoon is still Sabat as opposed to just, you know, tyrannical.
I mean, that's fair enough. It would potentially be easier to remove him from being friends should they be Sabat and want other Sabat to come here and then other Sabat come here and then
I-
Hazoon's less to worry about than we would be. Or Bastion.
But him being there is the thing that's keeping us from doing the thing that we need to do, which they wanted to do. So if they stop us from something that would make it easy to take him away, then we can't do the thing that would arguably be easier for them to fight against because it's just a bunch of us and not, you know, a powerful La Sombra prince with the Kimbrella backing.
I understand what you're saying. But the biggest problem that we have right here now is that we really don't know what it is they're trying to do. We don't know what angle they're playing, what the game is, what the score is for that matter. We only know that they have at least one player on the board. That's all we know. And until we know more, we can't make any assumptions as to anything, whether it is to do with Azun or Bastian or even Harley or us for that matter.
That's what we're doing though. We're making assumptions that it's a bad idea to get Bastion out because we assume that they're going
It is a safe bet to not take the one person that could flip everything in our favor out of the abyss in an incapacitated state that we cannot do anything about. She would be completely helpless.
I mean, what if you what if your sire got here like you were trying to plan, right? He's older, and I don't know if he's older than Bastion, but then he could wake her up, and then it wouldn't be the other two doing it.
I think that I might have it a little bit of a roadblock in finding him.
What's the roadblock?
I don't have anyone to look for him.
What was Maximilian doing?
She's just gonna look at him for a minute, and then she's gonna walk over to her little shelf, and she's gonna pull the little vial of ashes. Becoming ash. Apparently.
Apparently. Why?
Because our sheriff was hungry when he came out of the abyss. And when it came down to whether it was going to be me that he tried to eat or Maximilian. I stepped aside, in a manner of speaking.
No, I don't actually blame you for that one. I probably wouldn't want to try to stop him either. He's big.
That he isn't. He was quite hungry, and I was closest to him, but I managed to not be the one to become ashes.
It was him, right? Bo and Rico ate Maximilian.
What do you think, Charlie?
I'm asking.
I
You.
know you're asking me, but I can only assume that you're asking me this because you think that I'm lying right now, and that you think that I might have done this.
I don't think that you're lying. I just want you to tell me.
I'm not going to tell you, because now I want you to sit with it and figure it out on your own. Because now I'm just a little bit hurt that you had to ask me.
She's gonna turn and start to walk towards the door.
You know that you've already killed quite a few people lately. It's not outside of
I've killed the people, Charlie. I have not eaten anyone, and anyone that I've decided that I wanted to eat, I told you that I wanted to eat them. Maximilian was helping me to do something. I did not intend on Maximilian to be eaten.
And so you didn't.
She's gonna turn and continue.
Okay. He'll just follow her out.
Where is Elena headed?
To Harley's room. Or section of the floor.
Okay. Harley, what are you up to other than that? Just finishing up the Facebooks? Or
Harley's
making sure the files are updated?
Yep, Harley is giving the hard copy one more pass through, and he's maybe sent off a couple of texts to Sandra just to make sure that she's gotten the updated versions. He's basically just killing time until the circus starts.
Right. So, while they're making their way over to your section, and somebody's getting the cold shoulder, we'll hop over to Cassandra and see what Cassandra's up to. What is Cassandra up to?
Cassandra is angrily trying to create, so it's not going very well. There's a lot of starting to drape fabric and then pushing the doll figure over and picking it back up and doing it again.
Is this at the art commune or is this at Charlotte Industries building?
This is at the art commune. I don't sleep at the House of Traders.
Right. Hold on one sec. Let me just get my shade prepared. So,
welcome to the theme of this episode.
So anyway,
so well.
What you would, there would be somebody there. You know, there's the odd straggler here and there who pay their dues and show up like once a month or whatever. But you would hear from behind you like, "Rough day."
Rough week. I'll turn around and see who it is.
It's Daedalus.
Of course it is.
By the way, and he points to the mannequin that's on the floor that you just basically pushed over into the remnants of a shattered rose vase that was left over, kind of like dust in the corner type thing. He's like, "That looks great. Keep that."
Yeah, we'll rope it off and call it our new centerpiece.
Yeah, that sounds perfect. One suggestion, though, if I may.
Always open to criticism.
He wanders over to it, and you basically see the back of him. I'm going to spin around here. And his head is kind of like looking down. And then he drops down and he puts like a giant Bowie knife like directly into where the heart would be. Perfect.
We'll call it Rage and Roses. I love it.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you want to call it. Some, highfalutin, whatever name. And then he goes back over to his section, which is like full of dark colors and purples and screaming people.
And I'm gonna text Harley. Your wannabe BFF is here.
I look down at the phone. Damn it! Tell him I said hi. And that things are going to be getting busy.
It's like
Thumbs up
Pokeroo.
emoji. Thumbs up emoji. And so I'll head over to his dark little corner of misery.
That's pretty much what it is, yeah. Like you automatically lose dice just by going near it.
Just by existing too close to it.
Yes.
Harley says hi, and also that things are going to be getting busy soon.
What are you, his errand boy? I thought you were a primogen.
He's a primogen too. We can pass messages. And apparently you guys, aren't connected on Facebook or whatever, so it's my job.
Is it really your job, though?
It is not my job.
Isn't that a bit below you?
I think you want me to say yes, but as I'm over here doing it anyway... Look, Harley's my friend. He wanted you to get the message. I don't know why. I think you're weird, but here we are.
Yeah. Well, you're not exactly non-weird yourself there, primogen.
It's a valid point. I will accept that. Do you want me to send him a message back while I'm playing errand girl here?
No.
He does not have a message for you. Period. Send.
Typical send.
Ha.
If I may.
No. Hand him my phone, which I imagine has like one of those rose gold cases with like the sparkles when you turn it side to side
yeah.
and stuff.
Oh yeah, this is totally a Toreador case. He types in, "I love you," heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji, heart emoji, and then he hands it back to Cassandra.
Harley just sends back an ellipsis.
Are you just hoping to stir up drama? Because it's not going to work like this.
You should probably just not hand your phone to other people if you don't know what they're going to put into it.
I mean, you were sending it to Harley. I can't imagine there was much you could say that would cause any real issues.
Yeah, I suppose.
Harley's cool like that. You should make friends with him.
Yeah, he's a bit of a tryhard, isn't he?
I don't know if I would go that far. I think he's just lonely.
I mean, most of your little primogen cadre are just kind of tryhards, really, when you think about it.
Well, a couple of them, definitely.
Really?
Well, that's what you were hoping I would say, right?
No, you don't believe that really any more than I do. So, what's the point?
I guess there isn't one.
Well, you go ahead and run off and deliver some more messages for your Primogen boss, and I'll just make some art.
Enjoy. And I text Harley, I'm not talking to that douchebag ever again. Period. And then the head explodey emoji.
I actually look at the phone for a moment, and then I text back. Make him start paying for space.
He obviously pays for space.
Triple it.
No one works here for free. Tripled it last time he was an asshole.
I send a thumbs up emoji and a just SRY.
And I make a note to triple his rent again.
Again.
Now I just want to see how much he'll pay to come here and screw around.
That's fair. So will you be making your way to Charlotte Industries?
Not unless a group text comes in that says I should.
Fair enough. So let's go back to Charlie and Elena making their way over to Harley.
Elena is not knocking or anything. She's just going in.
At that level of humanity, do you even really knock anymore anywhere?
Probably
Let's be
not
honest.
at all.
Yeah.
Do the automated
space.
door
What's that?
openers even work for you? That's the important question.
I am right behind her.
Did they to begin with, being with
Oh,
Sandra,
oh
though?
yeah, valid point.
I am right behind her, so.
So Harley's just sitting there in front of his computer, just kind of, hey, what's
What
up?
are you doing?
Just finishing up one or two more things, and there. All right. What's up?
Nothing really. I just assumed that we were going to be, I don't know, summoned to the quarters of Charlotte, or rather to the conference room, rather. That's...
Have you guys been in there lately?
No.
No.
It's not a conference room anymore.
What is it?
It's more like I don't want to say throne room, but it's a throne room.
What are you talking about?
Well, you're just gonna have to see for yourself.
Charlotte didn't even want to. She didn't even want the Primogen position. We had to drag her through it the entire way. Why the 180? I guess.
Absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Isn't that a Sith thing? You told me about this once.
That's dealing in absolutes.
But isn't it the same thing, though?
It's pretty close.
Is Charlotte a Sith, then?
Mm-hmm. This is gonna have to. We're gonna have to check and see where she sits as far as like her opinion on like the new trilogy versus the OG trilogy and the prequels, just to determine.
Okay, now I don't know what you're talking about.
I will bet you $10 that she makes a Star Trek reference instead.
Battlestar Galactica. They're on.
I don't know what either of you are talking about now.
We're
Feel free to explain.
rabbit hole of nerd culture and geek references. You would have had to have been there.
I watched.
Slight storyteller note: if she doesn't know the difference between Star Trek and Star Wars, she sure as fuck ain't gonna know Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, easy bet for Charlie.
Mm-hmm.
I watched some of it, but it's.
I mean, I know about them. I know their names. I just never got to watch them. I can't really do that, you know.
You can. Well, they make screens bigger now. You can probably watch it now. It's just because you don't have to be as close.
All right. Okay. So Before we go and do whatever we need to do for the whatever we're calling this parade,
Uh-huh.
I kind of got my shit rocked before I could really explain why I had to pull the plug on the call.
You kind of limped back here, yeah.
Yeah.
Dragged back here.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of hurt. So I don't want to. I don't want to, implicate that I know the big master plan because I haven't been told anything.
You clearly do not know the master plan, otherwise.
Right. So I'm throwing out a hypothetical, and this is we're just going to say, and Charlie, you can get down with this. We're reducing the number of variables in the equation. Okay. If we leave her in the abyss, we know she's there, and we can produce her at any point in time we need to.
Unless she gets moved, yes.
True. If
we cannot remove her anytime that we need to. Do you not understand how this works? I have to be able to go in and get her, or we have to have somebody there that can do it, and I'm not quite able to do it yet. So unless you know another La Sombra willing to go hunting into the abyss to find Prince Bastian, it's not something that we can play.
I could always take you up on your offer to learn more so that I could do it, but
if I can't do it, then I can't teach you how to do it.
But
I'm a fast learner.
But I don't know completely yet. That's what I'm saying. I cannot teach you something that I don't completely know. Oh. I'm working on it. I'm not there yet.
Okay, so
then it's not a non-issue. It's whenever we would be able to get her out, it would be when you were ready to get her out.
Okay, so how did... Wait. Okay. So we're going to assume... I'm going to make an assumption that there's only maybe one or two La Sombra left in the city powerful enough to be able to pluck the prince out of the abyss anyway. Right? So, if she stays in there, we can at least keep that variable off of the table, because she's more than likely going to be in torpor when she gets brought out. And once again, there's only going to be a handful of kindred in the city strong enough to be able to wake her up.
Which we don't want anyway.
Two of them are now my besties.
Okay.
And...
But I thought that I was your bestie.
I was being sarcastic.
You still are.
You know, you know. Come on. You know.
He's making fun of them.
Right.
Yeah.
So, no, that was... If they are only one or two of, once again, a small handful of kindred in the city who can wake her up, what happens when you drink another kindred's vitae?
Apart from a blood bond?
That's what I'm getting at.
Okay.
Do we want Bastian potentially under the influence of my new friends?
We're skipping the part where I don't want to wake her up.
But you're neglecting the part where they're powerful enough they really can do whatever they want.
If I find out that she's not there and that she's back here, then unless we're going to hide her location from Harley completely,
I'm okay with
they
that.
will know.
Which is
and then they could go and get her.
If she's brought out, I cannot know about it.
I'm okay with that, but of course, at the same time, I also wouldn't bring her out unless it was in a place where we could immediately present her as, look, we just pulled the old prince out of the abyss where only the new prince has been able to go up until now. Not just,
Understood.
In our conference room.
Okay. So I want to make my position and opinion very, very clear that I think she needs to just stay the fuck in there until this is all calmed down.
But technically, the current prince is not the only one that can do that we know of. I mean, there's potential that Merrick might be able to do it, and Maximilian could do it.
There is.
So therefore, Hazun could very well, if we don't wake her up, Hazun could very well state that it was one of them. Do you think he's not above throwing one of us under the bus?
Except that she was with Hazun and viewed with Hazun the night of the explosion and nobody else. He could try to pin it on anybody else, but doesn't change the fact that he was the one that was with her. He's one that has to prove otherwise by the sheriff who saw him with her before everything went boom.
I need to make sure at least that Merrick and Maximilian had been elsewhere with other people when it happened. Just in case.
But then again, Kindred legal system doesn't work like mortal legal system. We just have to plant the seed of suspicion and let the citizens do the rest, so to speak.
Well, that's what we'd be doing with Hazun anyway. But
Right.
with Maximilian, we can put him at the Pentex building that night. We already did.
Yep.
So that's one. Merrick would be the other one, but again, we also would just put the seed of Hazun tortured and kidnapped the old prince. But
So-
like you both have said, we can do this later. We obviously can't do it now. We don't have the means to do it now. But when we do, because we are, it's not going to be just anywhere. It's going to be where there is the most impact. Because I don't want to be in possession of a prince any longer than I have to be.
Understood. But when she is extracted, she needs to be kept in a clean room where only one or two other individuals know where she is. And
Okay.
everyone is going to have to make sure that I am not one of those individuals that knows about it.
Okay. Arguably, by that point, Elena will be able to pull her out long enough to show, and then we put her back after we say we put her in a clean room.
Understood. All right.
Just, so that she's away from your people.
Understood. And I actually looked down at my phone and I text Charlotte. How are things? Getting nervous?
Great, not at all. I've actually been putting all of the Ventru on hold, saying that I'm talking to more important Ventru at the moment.
Are they lined up like something from like a sitcom out in the hallway?
Not in the hallway, but they're probably outside the building. I'm not there yet.
There's a long pause. Understood. I will just keep me informed. Send.
I trust that you've gotten together your little Facebook.
Yes, hard copy on your desk. Sandra also has hard copy. Will get burned after tonight.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Thumbs
I'll see
up.
you shortly.
Thumbs up emoji.
Speaking of Charlotte, where is Charlotte?
Not at the office. How many days has it been?
It's been about 3 days.
It's been about 3 days, so 3 days at the casino, as you do. But it's time to head home and actually do work.
Yes. So you're heading home then?
Yeah, I think it's time. I think I've kept everybody waiting for long enough.
So Connor would escort you out.
We took your limo.
Seems as though they've taken all of my limos.
It's all right. I'll have another one called for you.
Thank you. You're so kind.
I know.
And then she will take Connor's limo.
Yeah. It's a fairly short trip.
Yeah, it's not long. And yeah, I'll just I'll sneak around back where I assume the Ventru are not lined up.
They wouldn't be around the back. There'd actually be kind of like a cadre of limos out front of people basically waiting to get in to talk to the new Primogen.
Oh, well, if they're actually in their limos waiting, then I'll just walk past them so they know that I kept them waiting.
That's a power move.
Oh my god, I want to be Charlotte when I grow up.
And I will head up to the office floor.
As soon as you walk by the first couple limos, you start to receive a bunch of text messages.
I'm pretending to be on the phone even though I'm not on the phone.
Wow. The superpower move. Yeah.
This is where she's most at home.
Yeah, so you make your way up to the boardroom in your office. What does the boardroom look like now?
Ah, yes, because as Harley had stated, the boardroom has been completely remodeled. So no longer is there a long table at which the entire board would sit. It's actually a round table that surrounds, it's horseshoe shaped, obviously, so that Charlotte can walk from her closet-sized office to what is essentially the throne room. And the windows that were once looking to the outside on the balcony have been replaced with just beautiful, exquisite stained glass portraits of her inducting every member of the coterie into this company. And the interior is completely redone. The lighting, it's dim, but it shines on the stained glass windows. And there's a lot of velvet, red velvet. And the throne is just this beautiful golden and red. And above it is actually the circular mirror that says, behold the only thing greater than yourself. And it's right above her. So if she were to look up, that's what it would say. So she enters the throne room through the horseshoe, and she takes a seat and crosses her legs looking at the Facebook.
Oh god.
Wow.
Yes!
So everything.
We should have not done this. We should have of this decision. This was a bad plan, guys.
It's
Real bad
good
plan.
that you waited until I was for me to be last.
Yeah, so instead of no regrets, this is a lot of regrets.
Only regrets.
Only regrets.
Elena Amat immediately gets a humanity back from just like, oh my god, we've made a mistake. This is horrible.
Perfect.
Realizing the terrible mistake that we have made in letting Charlotte. Hey, wait, I wasn't part of that plan. Not my mistake.
Okay, yeah, then you don't get any humanity back.
I regret it for them. They made that bad decision.
Should have taken the L.
So, are you going to be calling the rest of the coterie in, letting them know that you are in the boardroom, or what was formerly the boardroom? Now it's
I'll send a text message out. Going to be meeting with some Ventru. If you're interested, please stop by the boardroom.
Harley will text back. We'll be there in a few. How worm-tongued do you want me?
Was your tongue always worms?
This is a group text, right?
Yes.
I'm like, I don't think she knows Lord of the Rings.
Damn it.
I text back, isn't that Harry Potter? Question mark.
That's Voldemort.
That's Pettigrew.
Elena never looks at her phone. She just looks at Harley and Charlie as they're texting back and forth to each other, and she's just like,
Oh, I'm talking straight at Harley, saying all this
"What
out
are you
loud.
talking about? What is going on?"
People are misunderstanding references that Harley is trying to make.
Charlotte will text back, bring your worm if you think that will help. Send.
Now it's getting worse.
What is? Would somebody tell me what is going on? Because I don't want to open my phone. Because I'm going to tell you now. If I have to open my phone again, and it does a fritzy thing like it did the last time that I opened it, because it did. You said that it wouldn't happen, but that it did happen. I'm going to break it.
Well, either Charlotte thinks that Harley is hitting on her, or she is just completely misunderstanding all of the references that are being given right now.
Harley, are you hitting on Charlotte?
I am not hitting on Charlotte.
And it's option 2.
Okay. What are the references? Never mind. I'm not going to understand them either.
All right, I propose a coterie movie night.
Okay.
It's gonna be season 4.
Okay, what are we? So, can somebody tell me what we are doing right now?
We are
what
going
do
to go
need to do?
We're going to go see the remodeled conference throne room thing.
Remodeled.
And watch a bunch of stuck-up Ventru and expensive...
Oh, I don't want to do that.
They're gonna be kissing Charlotte's ass though.
You don't want to
Can't
watch.
I just go do something else, please?
You don't want to watch a bunch of Ventru grovel and be lesser.
No, because I already know that they are lesser.
They're in our house, which means they have to kiss our ass vicariously. I'm going to be there later on.
I mean, you can do that, but I already know that they are lesser. It's not a matter of needing them to kiss my ass. It's more so a matter of me to get people that are potentially on the same level as me to kiss my ass, which those are not been true.
It might also be good to make sure that none of them try to stab Charlotte in the back.
That's what Harley's for.
Exactly.
I thought that's what you were for.
I mean, that's what I should be for, but considering that she did not come back for 3 days and she completely just did not want me to have anything to do with any little part of any little plan that she was doing, I think that maybe Harley has become her new chief of security, which means I'm a free agent.
Did you want to be a part of that?
It must mean that I'm apparently freelancing, I think is what the term is. So Harley gets to be her technical whatever, and now he can also be her chief of security, which means I have the ability to do whatever it is that I want.
Oh, well, but you work here with us, though.
Maybe somebody should tell Charlotte that.
Maybe you should tell Charlotte that.
That would mean I'd have to go down there to the conference room and talk to her with the other Venture.
It would.
I don't want to do that.
But then how will she know?
You could tell her? Or Harley could tell her? Because I'm pretty sure he doesn't want 2 titles and 2 different jobs to do.
There's that too, but do you want Harley to tell her, or do you want to assert yourself over her?
But if Harley tells her, and then she realizes she doesn't have a chief of security anymore, then she's going to have to come back to me and ask me.
Do you think that she would do that, though?
If she wants a chief of security that'll actually protect her and not let anybody else stab her in the back. Yes.
I think it will take her a while to figure that part out.
Did you just
Maybe
imply
she needs to be
that
stabbed into the back.
I'm standing right here. Did you just imply that I'm not capable of the job?
Harley?
I'm just saying.
Yes, that is what I implied, considering that when Mommy and Daddy Sabat members decide that they want you to do what they want you to do, you're not going to be able to protect anyone. No offense to you, I'm just telling you, honestly.
Valid point is valid. Understood. Well, I do have some business now. I guess I'm now working overtime since our chief security officer is abdicating her position, barring a salary renegotiation.
Precisely.
Okay, I will pass that on to our boss.
You should do that. Before you go though, could I have a word with you?
Yeah.
Alone, please. Sorry, Charlie. It's just a moment. It's not a big deal. Just I need to ask him something privately.
Yeah, I'll wait for you both outside. I'll step outside.
Thank you.
And I'm gonna pull him further back into his little lair.
Good vibrations. The phone has been deployed.
To be honest, with the YouTube descriptions, and I've been putting everybody's links on it, I haven't actually taken good vibrations off of Patrick's for like the entire run of the first 2 seasons, so I'm just gonna leave it on there now.
It's fine.
It's been 3 days now. I kind of need to know if you have done what we've talked about.
I've been busy for the circus going on.
I understand that. But I kind of need that to happen sooner rather than later, especially if there's any potential that the Bastion's going to come out of the abyss.
Right.
I need to know what it is going on, what they're planning, and where you come into the picture.
I still think this is a really bad idea. We don't know what's going to happen, and I don't want that to be a risk.
Everything that we do is a risk, hardly. Name one thing that we have done that is not actually a risk. Since we have been in this fucking city, since we have decided to take this job with Charlotte and come out of our hiding, please name one thing that we have done that has not been a risk to self-preservation.
We moved here from out of the sewer.
How is that not a risk?
We're
above ground now.
We are also like surrounded by security.
And kindred. And all the people that I did not, and that you did not want to know that we even existed, for that matter.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm gonna now that the thing with Charlotte is done, I will make this my high priority, and I will get this taken care of for you. I'm once again specifically stating my objection to this. This is a really bad fucking idea, but I will do this for you.
Your objection is noted. But I would rather you bridge the gap rather than me go hunting for it and then it become really awkward, I think, maybe. I mean, I will. If you would rather not, I will go and do it. I will scream and I will shout and I will do all the things that I do to make sure that it happens, because I'm not going to let you do this by yourself.
Okay.
I'm not going to leave you out to dry.
Thank you. All right. After
Now you go do that.
You want me to go talk to them now? Or do you want
Yes. Charlotte is around a bunch of vent-through bitches. It's not going to be a big deal. It's not like they're going to actually stab her in the back. The most that they will do is tell her that her shoes look cheap.
Okay. Can you run interference on him so he doesn't get suspicious about where I'm going?
You mean Charlie?
Yes.
I can do that. That's not going to be a problem. I can tell him that I think that he is better to negotiate my new contractual terms, I suppose.
Okay.
Numbers and all.
All right. 1 second. And I text Charlotte. Be right there. Have one errand to take care of.
No hurry.
All right. And I put my phone in my pocket.
When this is over with, and I have done it, I'll tell them.
Okay. All right. Here goes nothing. This is a really bad fucking idea.
It is not.
And I go and I start to leave for the room, or
Hey,
leave
Harley.
the room.
Hey, Harley,
Yeah,
guess what?
yeah. It's
Yep.
It's
This is that's the merge directive
yes, it
territory
is.
about making sure that you don't do things that can endanger people, in particular Elena.
Yep.
But I'm not endangered yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on his way to go do it.
This is
But I'm not endangered yet.
It either happens in front of you or it happens down in the sewer away from you.
I would much rather it happen in front of me.
Fair.
Alright.
So, what happens with said submerged
shit.
directive?
Well, if I recall correctly, I believe I said that Harley was going to believe himself to be in crippling pain and agony
Oh,
on the spot.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Harley, guess what?
What the fuck? And Elena's gonna go for him. She's like, what is going on? What happened?
Harley is down on the
What's
ground,
wrong?
writhing and screaming.
Charlie!
Charlie runs in.
Harley!
What?
I don't know. He just did the thing, and I don't know what's going on, and I don't know what to do.
Get him to
Get
where the
him
fuck
up.
does he sleep? Where does he sleep?
I don't know. It's random.
I'm
He
just
just
gonna- I'm just gonna,
really
like-
falls.
Drag him with her like towards a couch, a bed, anything.
There's a bed over in the
Yeah.
corner.
Drag her, just laying back to Harley.
What is going on? What is happening to him?
I don't know, Harley. Focus. Just can you focus? Can you stay here?
Harley, are you okay? What's going on?
Harley's actually physically breathing.
What is going on? What happened?
What
I'm going
happened?
to go kill Alexandra because I pretty much know that this has got to be some bullshit that they are doing.
What was going on?
We were talking. He just fell over and started doing the thing like that, and I don't know what to do. It's just the thing.
Out of nowhere?
That is what is happening. I don't know. I didn't do it. I just know that we were talking and everything was fine and we were going to leave the room and then he fell down.
That hurt. That hurt.
Harley, I think maybe you should just sit here. Okay, just stay here.
All right, let Charlotte know I'm going to be a minute, please.
Yeah, just stay here.
What happened? Where did it
recover.
hurt you? What?
I don't know
Where?
what this is, but just take a minute.
Harley is going fetal on his bed. He's not like
No.
he's
What
not
happened?
screaming or anything, and he's just kind of like resting and
Yeah,
relaxing.
the moment that you are no longer trying to go do the thing, it's happening.
Where did it hurt you? Where did it hurt? You can't have a heart attack. You're already dead.
It's just like everywhere. It's like
I don't. Was it your blood? Is your blood boiling? Is it could be something with the thing with them? Could they have done something to your blood and make it boil or something?
I know that Tremere do stuff like that. I've never actually had it done to me before, but
Alexandra is not a Tremere, and neither is Nixodonta. Who else could have done it? Do you think Abigail could have done something?
No,
What did you do to
no.
piss her off?
no, she wouldn't have. She would not.
I swear to God, I'm going to kill every single one of those people.
No,
every
no,
one of
no.
those coterie. They're going to die if they do something to you.
Abigail wouldn't do that.
If this was if this was anybody, we should connect it to the people that he is actually connected to. That he has his.
He's reached
has
out to
blood-
Abigail recently.
Not, he has other people's blood in him.
We should go check it with Alexandra. Perhaps he knows what's going on.
No, because if he did this, we don't.
Then I need to know why he did it so that I can kill him quickly.
Can someone
Do you
go?
think he's going to tell us? Do you remember the last time we tried to talk with him about anything?
I don't.
Okay, what? But okay, the last time that I physically saw those two was the night of the ritual, if that's what you want to call it.
Mm-hmm. And it's a continuing, long-lasting effect, right?
Right.
So, if you're having these weird, in your blood, unexplained, mystical, freaking side effects,
Oh, am I due for a re-up, do you think?
I don't don't know, but that's probably a bad idea. If it's starting to pain you, then maybe staying away does actually break it.
But
Withdrawal.
Good point.
Would they not just call you down to them if that was the case?
Maybe they will at some point if it gets too bad, and then we'll have to see if he can actually even walk out the door. But for now, just stay here.
All right.
Do you have any of the like? Cassandra has lots of pairs of these little handcuff thingies. Do you have any of those that we can just
I don't have handcuffs, no.
chain you to the bed post right here so that you can't leave?
I'll be fine. I just need some rest. I just need to calm down.
Yeah.
My body feels like I just got hit by a truck still.
No, this was not a natural thing. Somebody did something.
Hey.
It could not be just natural like that. That's not what you do. You've never done that before. You've never just fallen down like that in the pain unless something was happening.
He's never been attached to the Sabat before. Maybe he's onto something. Maybe this is withdrawal. Maybe this is like the start of it starting to break. And if he stays here and rests, he can ride it out.
You guys are going to notice the room is getting a lot darker. She's getting real upset.
Yeah, that's why I'm talking directly to her. And then he can ride it out, and then he can be free of it.
Hey, listen. We've got a lot going on. Elena, if you're concerned about me, you stay here. Charlotte needs someone to staff her like 5 minutes ago.
Okay, I'll go. Just you two be here.
Okay.
Now, like put my hand on Elena's shoulders. Just take care of him. Don't leave him. Okay? This is a lot. This is weird.
Fine.
Okay. I will go babysit the Ventru, I guess. And
Tell her I still have a raise coming to me that still has to be negotiated.
okay. I will do that. And then I will check back in. We'll be fine. Okay? Okay. And I'll walk out of the room. The moment I hit the elevator, my expression drops normal, and I just ride the rest of the way to Charlotte's.
You're worse than me.
Is Cassandra making her way?
No one's called me. I'm still just angrily arting.
You got the group text about
Yeah, you got the group text
wish
about-
to grace your presence.
I did say specifically if you feel like you want to.
There is that.
That's its own story.
I guess I'll make my way there.
If you feel like hanging out with your new stepsire.
Right?
Oh.
When I get there, though, I'm not going to the boardroom. I'm going to check every single person's room first.
Great,
means
you'll
I'll
find
probably-
Harley and Elena.
I'll come across those two when I arrive, but if everyone's there, I'd go there, but I'm definitely trying to find any excuse to not.
I will definitely say Harley's area, that entire floor is real fucking dark right now, and you can see the shadows moving
Really dark.
unnaturally.
Super dark.
Yes, very, very dark. It's still light enough so that Harley and Elena can see each other, and the shadows are just kind of like doing similar, like, think Cthulhu. Like, there are shadows going all over the place, and it's like waves and tentacles just everywhere. Stop it!
Lawrence.
Harley's digging the aesthetic.
Lawrence
So,
does
yeah.
not like the shadows.
I love
Elena
Harley's at
is really, really not happy right now. She's very upset, and as she is getting upset, it is just like the room is almost like pulsating, like a heartbeat of shadow, just dim and darker and dim and dark and dim. Yeah.
Before we get to that part, though, let's loop Charlotte in, because the Ventru have started to kind of filter in. And that would probably be when Charlie is coming down.
Yep. Just beeline right for the boardroom and just open it up and just. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Hi.
Oh, Charlie, just you?
Yes. Harley was not feeling well, and Elena is making sure that he is okay.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yes.
I hate that for him.
Yes. Elena also wanted to talk at some point about a contract renegotiation, as she has not really been used for her security purposes as of late, but that is probably something we work out after this.
A contract renegotiation? What does that mean?
It means that she feels like she is not being used for her job, and thus, if you wanted her to stay on as security, discussions happen.
Oh, so she doesn't want to do her job.
It was presented more like you're not letting her do her job because you're doing things without looping in your chief of security.
Oh, but whenever I tell her to do something, she just goes out killing.
Arguably still eliminating threats to us and making things more secure, but you know, that's part of the negotiation part too. That's your part of the negotiation.
We can renegotiate at some point. There is a job that just opened up. I believe she opened that up.
What are you getting at?
Skip. He's dead now, right?
Yes, that wasn't exactly one of your job positions. He worked for her direct.
Yeah, but he kept things tidy.
Because we wanted to occupy his time and waste his time.
Mm-hmm. Well, I seem to be wasting her time already. That's what she seems to imply, right?
I don't think that's going to go the way that you think it's going to go.
What is she going to do, kill me?
Maybe.
We'll see. But you're here. That means we have an exciting day ahead of us.
Yes.
Did you see the line of limousines outside?
I did not. I woke up here.
Oh. Well, there's a line of limousines outside here.
So I hear.
I guess I can have Sandra begin to send them up if you're all set. Are you comfortable? Would you like, I have your seat over there next to that stained glass window of me inducting you into this coterie.
Yes, that is a wonderful work of fiction. I can sit there.
You sit there.
Okay. That's very uncomfortably sit down.
The seat that Charlie is in is a lot smaller than the seat that Charlotte has, because the seat that Charlotte is just ridiculously tall.
Quick question before the other venture come in.
Sure.
You didn't want this in the first place.
Correct.
What is going on right now?
I still don't want it. I'm just playing the part.
Okay. I can understand that.
I'm in fact very uncomfortable right now.
Okay, just making sure we're on the same page.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Sandra, send them in.
Yes, Miss Ardane. The first person that is coming in is Edward Riley.
Edward Riley. Okay. What does my Facebook say about Edward Riley?
Your Facebook says that they are in mining and forestry.
Oh. It's not very environmentally friendly.
Not at all.
Well, forestry involves also preservation in order to keep taxes down for them.
Good point. That's why you're here. Edward, lovely to see you.
And at that point, as Edward comes in, I think it's time to take a bit of a quick break. It may be a little early, but yeah, come back in about 7 minutes or so, and we will continue the venture meetings. We're back. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to have probably some venture meetings for the second half. There's going to be a lot of butt kissing, so prepare yourselves. I do believe I said it was Edward Riley that is coming in, and Edward Riley is he's wearing an ill-fitted suit. He is kind of short, and he's got like the kind of balding, but he's got the kind of hair on the side of his head type thing. He's kind of, kind of weighty. He's low center of gravity. Let's put it that way. That seems like the best, most diplomatic way to put it. And yeah, he comes in. He's got like rings on all of his fingers. Yeah, he is. He's definitely a sight to behold.
Edward, please have a seat.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. So, you're the new Primogen, huh?
I sure am.
So, am I the first one here?
No, I've actually had several other meetings.
Oh, okay. Like, what did they offer you? I'll see if I can see if I can do one better.
Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, I'd have to see what the other deals are first, and then I'll help you out.
I mean, you were walking in here. If you were first, then surely you had some kind of deal.
Oh, if I was first, I'd be offering you like 25%.
Okay. Well, that's gonna be a problem because the last people that came in, Obadiah Ferguson, he offered me 50. So.
50%
Mm-hmm.
of his stuff.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
Really?
He was an adamant supporter from the beginning.
Huh.
We do go back.
All right. So, like, how much is he pulling in though? Because my 25% may actually be more than his 50.
What? How is the forestry industry doing? I'm not
Doing
asking
pretty
you,
good.
Charlie.
Do you have copies of your records with you?
My records?
That's okay. I can probably look them up, and I'll just pull out a laptop, and I'm just gonna start like searching like financial sector like websites for like companies that attach this guy's name.
The Facebook would include
The Facebook, yeah.
Yeah, the
Facebook
Facebook
would have that information.
would include
Right.
their publicly known net worth.
Great. Oh well, I'm still gonna cross-reference it with like what they're trading at and whatnot.
Mhm.
But that just makes it easier for me to actually like look up information because it's all listed in the book.
Let's get a roll for that, which is
Okay.
going to be a super easy difficulty. Let's do like a wits and finance.
Easy. Cool. 3 successes.
3 successes. So
Mhm.
yeah, you're able to find out that his 25% is not even close to Obadiah's 50%.
Forestry has been more of a philanthropic business lately than a profitable one, hasn't it? A lot of people trying to go alternative energy.
Well, you need the forestry sector in order to do it, right?
Sort of as a counterbalance. Kind of like how you have to have a brake on a car in order to justify the gas.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
It's not really.
So,
He is visibly confused. He doesn't know what analogy you were going for.
so what you're saying, Charlie, is that he needs this business relationship significantly more than we do.
It'd be a lot more beneficial for him.
I see. So how can you make this relationship that's beneficial for you beneficial to me? Because that's who I care about in all of this.
Right. Well, there's the 25%.
Right, but we've seen your 25%, and it's nowhere close to Obadiah Ferguson's 50%.
Huh.
I'm not
Well,
going to ask you because we're just meeting today. 50% seems like something between old friends.
You could
Let's
probably.
consider. Go ahead, Charlie.
I think he could probably pull 35 to 40% without severely crippling his his income.
I think that's reasonable. On top of that, maybe some stock options.
Well, yeah, obviously stock options.
Of course.
I'm
Charlie
gonna
looks
get
like he's
a-
continuing to look up stuff, but he's actually like sending a message to the group chat of just like, please come. Please come help.
Please rescue me. Charlotte, I'm gonna get a charisma and persuasion roll from you.
Okay.
Just for the sake of it, that message is to the group chat, so to Elaine, not to Harley.
Say everybody.
With Charlie's
Help
message of
me.
please come, I will actually go to the boardroom when I get there then.
Elena is going to look at Harley after seeing the message because she will look because Harley's in pain and it might be important, so why not?
Harley seems like he is perfectly fine now. Harley seems like he's fit as a fiddle.
It includes an actual like old style using punctuation frowny face in the message.
Aww.
Are you
That's
okay?
3 successes.
Yeah, I'm fine.
3 successes.
Mhm.
I get to roll. Yay. He's gonna try to not get persuaded.
Do you think that you
Really?
can make it to the conference room, or
Oh,
do I
yeah.
need to go have a conversation with the elder upstairs?
No, I'm good, and Charlie hasn't prepped for this, so no, I really need to get up there, and
This is something that we're going to have to figure out. That was not okay.
I know that. I know that.
What happens if that happens when we need you? Like when something is happening here, like not venture craziness, but you know, another Connor moment, and we actually need you. But then again, you weren't really helping during that time. Sorry, I was just talking. Don't. Let's go. Just come on.
Okay.
We're still going to figure this out.
And Harley is wearing the suit coat that, or the blazer that was gifted to him from that traitorous Giovanni, and yeah, we're gonna go up and take care of business.
Are we really going with traitors though?
Yes.
I mean,
I still have to have my
Traitor.
scene with Cliff yet, so we're gonna work on that.
All right. So,
Traitor.
how did dear Eddie do against Charlotte?
Eddie actually got 3 successes as well to resist. So
Oh.
he's gonna be like, I can't really do 35 or 40, but we could do the stock options.
Okay, the stock options aren't bad, but we're really not here about money, are we? I have plenty of that.
Well, no, we're here about favors, right?
Favors.
How about 25%, some stock options, and a major boon?
That I like. I can agree to that. Can we agree to that, Charlie? Can you crunch the numbers on that?
That makes sense to me.
Wonderful.
All right.
I look forward to doing business with you.
So we got a deal then.
I believe we do.
Is there like a harpy around here somewhere?
She's on the way. I'm
Uh,
taking record for now.
She's on the way.
All right. Yeah. So I guess he's like a deputy harpy. Do we want to like do anything in blood with it or any of that?
Did you want
weird
to?
Giovanni shit.
Did you want to spill your blood?
No.
Okay,
No.
then bye.
All right. And then he gets up and he's like,
I love Charlie.
oh my god.
Such a
You're
fantastic.
so
man.
efficient.
after.
Charlie sends another exactly identical text message to the group because they're not here yet.
After a couple of minutes. Sorry, go ahead.
Say it in all caps. OMW.
Elevator ding.
Pretty much at the same time, there is a woman who comes out of the other elevator. As you see the other gentleman kind of waiting for one of the elevators to open. She's wearing like a kind of a red business suit that is like pristinely made. And her hair is like super tight back. She's got kind of like glasses on that rest on the bridge of her nose. And she's like,
Elena will stop her. Who do you think you are?
I am Amelia Blair.
Is that supposed to make any sense to me? Should that mean something to me?
And you are?
Elena.
Right. Okay. Yeah. And she kind of like checks her phone a little bit and she's like, you are the La Sombra, I believe.
Yes, I am.
Interesting.
And Elena's just gonna... Why is this name supposed to... Why are you supposed to be here?
I have a meeting with Miss Ardane.
Are you of Ventrue?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Then I think that you should probably come with me first, because nobody wears red in this building except for Cassandra. And I'm going to take her back onto the elevator, and we're going up to my room.
All right. In that case, the other elevator opens after a while, and it is someone who is kind of tall, thin. It's an okay made suit. It's not really off the rack, but it's definitely not this season. For those of us who pay attention to those sorts of things. I'm just gonna look exactly at Lex on the screen, like.
If I'm still out there in kind of like the lobby in front of the office, and I see dude get off the elevator,
yeah,
I'm just you're, and I rattle off his name.
That would be. Let me just find where I wrote all that down in the computer. That would be Melvin Reed.
You're Mr. Reed, right?
I am. And you, sir, I believe my records are correct, are Harley.
It's Primogen Harley.
Oh, we don't need to go into formalities, do we?
Yeah, we do.
I don't think that we do.
See, this is Charlotte's house, but I live here too, and so I can claim partial domain if I wanted, and you're gonna call me Primogen Harley.
See, the funny thing about domain is it has to be granted by a prince. I don't think you've been granted domain.
You're standing in the hallway that I have stock options on. This is my domain too.
Yeah, it doesn't make it domain via kindred law, though.
How about you get your fucking ass in the boardroom and we can get this over with?
Yeah, he's gonna walk past you into the boardroom.
I'm gonna be right on this guy's ass.
Miss Ardane.
Yes. Melvin, was it?
Yes, Melvin Reed.
Of course, Mr. Reed. Please have a seat.
I will do so. So I am assuming you've done the regular Ventrue thing. Everybody's checked everybody out. Everybody's double-checked financials.
I'm doing that right now.
It's the same rigmarole.
Of course.
I'm doing that right now.
Same roll.
Yep, and that's a 5 critical.
Yeah, it's easy enough to find. He's petrochemical. He's got some holdings in various green industries.
Oh, green is good.
Anything that's not on the level that I can find, or is it all pretty straightforward?
It's almost 2 on the level with that number of successes. Like it's definitely kind of, you've seen this sort of thing before with certain companies where it's like they were in kind of like gas, natural gas, oil, etc., and they're kind of like doing the PR move of transitioning it to green industries and making sure that money is taking out of one sector and put it into another.
The numbers are balancing just a little bit too nicely.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just like something almost is going to the red, but then somehow it doesn't
Yep.
quite.
Mr. Reed, your records seem to be pristine. How have you managed to do that throughout all this transitioning period?
Well, you need to be good with the numbers, as I'm sure you've researched.
Of course, but let's be honest with each other. There is some instances where you might need to do something a little bit underhanded just to make sure that those numbers stay in the right color.
Miss Ardane, it's kindred society. Pretty much everything we do is mildly underhanded.
That's
Of
true.
course. So how can I be sure that none of that underhandedness will come under my roof?
Well, you are Primogen,
That I am.
so why would I bring that underhandedness to you? That would just make us look bad to the lesser clans like the Nosferatu and the La Sombra.
That is true. So what do you have for me then, Mr. Reed?
Well, we don't really need to deal with money, do we?
I don't think that's necessary. I can settle for some stock options.
Stock options is kind of money, though.
Oh, it's money.
Is it though?
Like money eggs.
See, what I'm proposing is an exchange of boons.
In exchange of boons.
So, I wouldn't necessarily need to owe you a boon, but if you come to me, I will definitely grant you what I can.
Ma'am, if I may interrupt.
Go ahead, Harley.
And I'm actually going to I've been like, we're standing right behind this guy this whole time, and I'm just going to circle back around to Charlotte, and I'm just going to lean in really close to her, and I'm going to make a show like I'm putting my hand right up to her ear, and I'm just going to like whisper, like, how, like, am I going a little too hard with this guy? Do you want me to like step it up a notch? What are we doing?
And then she's going to whisper back. He's not really giving us much, is he?
No, this guy is a fucking joke. Clown shoes? No, he's supposed to be here kissing your ass and showing, like, fealty or whatever. No.
Right, we're not at all on even footing.
No, tell him to kick rocks.
Okay, Mr. Reed. After a little bit of thought, I'm just not seeing how this is benefiting me.
It's benefiting you because I can bring some considerable resources to bear.
You're in the
But
middle of a PR move to transfer your resources from one place to another so that one business doesn't fold.
PR is good for business.
Which by all means is very admirable, and I respect that business model, but I just feel like we're in a position here where you could benefit from my help a lot more than I can benefit from your help, and just a simple favor just doesn't feel like enough.
Doesn't it, though?
Proof of sustainability. Sustainability, it's like the thing that you're trying to move your business from one to the other.
That is pretty much the proof of sustainability right there.
No, that's proof of a plan for sustainability, but it has to actually
Work.
sustain to be sustainable. So-
Isn't it, though?
That's to be determined.
If you have to ask the question, it probably isn't.
Shall I show him out, ma'am?
I think if negotiations have stalled, I do have other important meetings to have, and if Mr. Reed doesn't want to be a part of the new Vancouver, then I guess that's simply on him.
Okay.
Well, Mr.
You-
Reed.
Don't wish to be a part of the New Vancouver, correct? That's what I'm reading from this situation.
Oh, I do.
You do.
Wouldn't be here if I wasn't.
So then, talking money. Money per se isn't necessary, but help me be invested in your company.
Well, if you want to invest in my company, all you had to do was ask.
Oh, that sounds good. What if? What do you think, Charlie? What do you think we would benefit from?
I mean, if you're going to invest in this company to actually give it a solid push instead of just a transference of resources from one to the other, that sounds like boons in your favor in exchange for actual investment from like an angel investor standpoint to this new position that his company is taking.
I was thinking something along those lines. Our investment for 2 major votes.
That's going to require a charisma and persuasion.
I've gone back to hovering right behind this guy. I would like to try to maybe help out and intimidate a little bit.
That would actually hinder.
Okay, never mind then. Never mind then. I'm still, we'll say, uncomfortably close to him, though.
That one's 5 successes.
He looks at you and he's like, yeah, that would be agreeable.
Great. I look forward to doing business with you.
Indeed. And he's going to get up and kind of not necessarily run into Harley. He's just going to stop and go,
Sup?
I believe this is yours. To Charlotte.
You wouldn't call me Primogen, ma'am.
Well, that's rude.
Oh, that's a bit rude.
I mean, this is...
That's going to make us look bad in front of the Nosferatu Council.
It is.
He's not exactly my Primogen, is he?
No, but he's in connection with your Primogen, actually an advisor too.
I do very much appreciate the relationship that I have with the Nosferatu Primogen, and I just would hate for my fealty to offend them.
So, Mr. Reed.
So,
Primogen Harley. Can you get that to come out of your mouth?
yes, probably.
Then I suggest you do it now.
Or
I've got 7 guys on speed dial. I mean, have you ever been doxxed? It's not pleasant. And that's going to be the start.
This really isn't going in the direction of the whole, workable relationship.
yeah, you're right. It isn't.
I will back off. But just remember, Mr. Reed, that the Nosferatu are everywhere.
Indeed, they are.
Mm-hmm.
I have got some connections. Daedalus, I believe, is one of them.
Uh-huh. So, you want to impress me? I'm friends with Nixodon.
So I've heard.
Mm-hmm. Goodbye, Mr. Reed. I'm just going to turn around and I'm going to go perch up behind Charlotte.
He leaves.
I'll just call out after. Don't forget to be kind to everybody that you meet, Mr. Reed. You never know who you meet.
So, let us go to Cassandra, who is, I believe, going everywhere but the boardroom.
Yeah, although with a little more speed now because I did get that SOS from Charlie. And he's not dating my dad, so.
Does she
Yeah.
meet me with this crazy ass
Yeah.
Ventru lady all in red that I'm taking?
Is it pre or post reddening?
It would be pre the reddening.
So Cassandra comes out of the elevator to go to Elena's.
Pretty much at the same time, yeah.
I thought you'd be upstairs already. Or downstairs, or wherever we're going.
We were downstairs, but then I saw her, and I thought that she needed to change because nobody's allowed to read red except for you.
Oh, I'm not changing.
Oh, yes, you are.
I believe Cassandra, is it?
It is.
That outfit is spectacular.
Thank you.
Cassandra, would you be kind enough to explain to her that if she does not change willingly, she's going to change with help?
Oh, that's rude.
I never
Maybe
said
you
that I
haven't
was
made-
nice.
Maybe you haven't made the acquaintance of our chief of security, Elena. She
Apparently I
has
have
some
not.
very strict rules about how things are done here.
None of the hints that I got would have suggested wearing red would be against the rules.
Okay, so let me just lay this out for you. Cassandra, Toreador Primogen, wears red all the time. She's one of us. She's a favorite. That means you, not Primogen, not one of us, not a favorite, do not get to wear red. Like that.
Really? Would you have a list of these rules?
Sure, we could come up with a list.
Ah, excellent. And then, in which case, I will go home and try to find something not red.
I think blue would be a safe color.
Most
It looks
likely.
stunning on you.
And she's going to turn around and leave.
Does Charlotte know you waylaid one of her visitors?
Not yet, but then again, I think technically I'm not the chief of staff anymore, so... Oops.
When did that happen? No. That'll be fixed, I'm sure.
That happened when she decided to make Harley the one to do all of her chief of staff things, and, well, pretty much ignores me now. So, I assume that if Harley's going to do both titles, then I'm a free agent. I don't have
ship
to.
went to her head in like 10 minutes, hey?
It really did. I think I've heard that there's a long line of others like that one out there.
You should see the limo lineup.
I think I might need to bunk somewhere else for a few nights, a few days.
My place is always open.
And I thank you. This is definitely not something that I want to deal with for much longer. However, I will say that both Harley and Charlie are going to try to renegotiate whatever contract that Charlotte has come up with for Chief of Staff, because Harley doesn't want 2 titles. So either she's going to renegotiate something, or she doesn't have a Chief of Staff anymore. And there are a lot of Ventru. Blood-hungry Ventru.
I can't see Charlotte refusing to renegotiate your contract.
For her sake, I hope that she does.
So are you just bailing on today, or are we going to take this SOS coming from Charlie? Because if you're bailing, I'll bail. I mean, if you're not even going to go to your boyfriend, why would I?
I don't really want to go down there. Tell you what we do is we'll go down there, we see, kind of feel it out and see what is going on. And if it is not something that we wanted to continue to deal with, then we go and what is it that you say all the time? The powder the nose thing. We go powder our nose and we just go have a girls' night.
I like the sound of that. All right, let's give today a try.
Good. And then she'll walk with Cassandra. I'm guessing we're not in the elevator yet, so we're gonna head to the conference room.
Oh, I thought we were going for a girls' night. Okay, I was.
No, we're gonna see
That's-
if it's worth our time first.
We're gonna see. As we're going down, though, Elena will inform Cassandra of what happened with Harley.
Is he okay now?
He seems to be fine, but I don't know what happened. We were just talking, and then he went to leave, and I don't know.
Well, we should keep an eye on that. That cannot be good, like, in the long term.
No, see, I'm thinking that maybe it could be something that is going on with Alexandria or Nixodon, or at best, at worst, it could be Abigail that is pulling some bullshit because their coterie are traitors. So,
Well, could, like, Dominate do it to someone? If someone had put, like, a suggestion in his head?
probably, but who would have done that other than Charlotte? And why? And what was the trigger for it?
I don't know what the trigger was. Maybe, talking about renegotiating your contract?
You know what I bet it was? It could have been the... Sorry. You know what I bet it was? It could have been the fact that Harley was going to leave her to just have to deal with me as the chief of security because he was going to go run another errand.
So that was probably it then.
So she's really gotten to the point where she doesn't want me to have anything to do with anything that she does, and she just wants Harley to do it all. Why does she just want Harley to do it all? What is the importance of that? Why? Harley,
I don't know, but she's
barely
got
tie
him
his shoes.
all contracted up, and like I saw it, but like I didn't read it because it was like long. But she's got him like all contracted and agreeing to be dominated, and that's what that whole
what?
like here puppy thing is all
What
about.
are you talking about? Agreeing to be dominated, what do you mean?
Yeah, right? She has like this super contract that's all like, I, Harley, hereby agree to let you fuck around in my brain all the time and like tell me to do all these things and stuff. It was weird, but I mean, he signed it.
Was he under duress when he signed it?
Oh, I wasn't there. I just read the contract.
So she has him
Kinda.
dominated then already.
Ja? I figured you knew about this of all people.
No.
Oh.
I did not
Okay,
know.
so new plan. Maybe we should try to get a hold of Charlotte's contracts.
I agree with you.
Do you know how to pick a lock? Because I don't.
I don't need to pick a lock.
Right, the spooky shadows and the super strength. Okay, so we go to the room, we see if it's fun. If it's not fun, we kick girls' night off with a little bit of light larceny.
Good plan. We should do that because if I find out that she's doing some really fucked up shit to my friend, aside from what the two elder Sabbat members are doing, that's even worse because she's supposed to be friends and we're supposed to be on the same team. And if she's doing some fucked up shit like that, then me not being chief of staff is the least of her problems.
I don't know. I mean, he signed the contract.
Harley would sign his own paychecks over if you told him that it was for a good cause.
Oh, that's true, isn't it?
Precisely. I mean, for fuck's sake, he did the Valkyrie.
Okay, I don't think he chose to do
It
that
doesn't
one.
matter if he chose to do it or not, it still happened. That's the point, it still happened. It's not hard to get... You get people who are... You're not going to take offense, but don't tell him, because I don't want him to take offense. But it is really not hard to get people that are vulnerable to manipulations like that to do things like that. It's just not difficult to do.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I know this because I did it to him a long time ago. He knows about it already, though. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Well, as long as he knows about it, it's fine.
It was a very long time ago. It was when we first met. It was a whole thing, and it's fine now that he knows all about it. It's fine.
So maybe we should all just agree that, like, nobody dominates Harley anymore.
That is probably a good idea, but first let's find out just how deep this fucking dominate shit goes. Because if she's dominated him to do something to where he's in pain, that's not okay. You can't just do that because anything
Right?
could happen, and
That would be like a really fucked up thing to do to a friend, too.
it has to be undone. That is for certain, and if it's not undone, then I might have to kill somebody. Which isn't a hard thing for me to do either.
Okay, well, before we go into the meeting, we should take a couple deep cleansing breaths And remember that we're not currently mad at Charlotte unless she's fucking your dad. Then you're allowed to be mad at her.
What? You have to tell me this again, because I don't. What?
Well, I mean, she stayed with Connor. He was like, oh, do you want to go on a date? And she was like, yeah, I totally do. And then they just like fucked off. On like a date to a private room. I've been there. I know what happens in those
So
rooms.
she got your sloppy seconds. It's fine.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, okay, let's go. Into the
I'm
meeting.
I'm just gonna leave my camera off because of all this fucking shade that's getting thrown on.
I'm so sorry.
Like nothing but shade.
I love every single one of you. This has been nothing but a fun time.
The only
You
one
guys,
who
it's
didn't
been
get
so difficult to be serious and have a straight face during all of that.
the only one who didn't catch a little bit of shade on that one was Charlie, but that's probably coming.
Which is strange.
No,
Did you not hear what
didn't.
Cassandra said?
You just didn't know it was Charlie that was supposed to be getting that shade.
Yeah.
No, the actor caught the shade.
So you're making your way into the meeting then.
Yes.
And yes, as soon as Elena steps in, the room gets darker.
Is anybody already in here?
There is somebody who's coming in, and that would be, I believe, pretty close to the last meeting. It's Guinevere Wong. She's coming in. She's fairly short, has like a black bob hairstyle, a suit that is okay. It's definitely designer, but it's maybe one season bag.
Harley has actually, after his last little tussle, Harley has definitely reined it back, and now he's doing the super creepy Nos thing, just kind of like lurking back over behind Charlotte's ear, and periodically just kind of like leaning in and be like, "So what are we doing? Are we doing poker after?" Just enough to like maintain the appearance of
Cool.
yeah.
Are we grabbing like an intern with some coffee or some shit? I don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
We should celebrate. We've been doing good business today.
But I've been hamming it up.
Charlie quickly like locks eyes with Cassandra and Elena over Gwen's head and just gives like very like quick like pleading look, or just like please don't leave before going back to work.
Probably dangerous appearing just how simmeringly calm these two ladies are walking in.
Charlie is too like please don't leave to notice that.
Oh, ladies, please have a seat. I'm glad to see you. Miss Wong, was it?
Like what you've
yes.
done.
Please have a seat. What would you like to discuss today?
Your premiership.
Of course. And what can I do for you?
It's more what I can do for you.
That is what I like to hear. Please go on.
Do you need transportation anywhere for any of your associates or yourself?
Oh, what? Harley,
Can you do some sort of teleportation to where you can move people instantaneously to other parts of the world, or at least the city,
No.
in an instant? Then what kind of transportation do you think you could possibly offer us? We have limos, and we have SUVs, and we have fucking helicopters and yachts.
Yes, but most, if not none of those, actually are sunproof, honestly.
She has a good point.
You had a question, ma'am.
What industry does Miss Wong deal in?
She is in shipping, and she owns not several airports, but several, like, she owns a high amount of stock in several airlines.
I did the same roll again because I assumed that you would tell me to make that if I said I was looking her up. I got 6 critical.
Everything but one of the industries she's in are in the green. The one industry that she doesn't have in the green is in kind of like not deep red, but it's definitely like you could probably chalk it up to just the times that the one particular airline is kind of suffering.
What? So it's one airline that is just tanked at this point by
Yeah.
the person, but she owns enough of the other ones it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it's basically the other ones are kind of keeping that one semi afloat.
Okay, so like redirecting business to that one would actually hurt her other investments anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, not worth it then.
I lean in to Charlotte. I mean, I don't know about you, but I think Charlotte Airlines has a really good ring to it.
Does, and not only that, but shipping just simply opens up the rest of the world to us, doesn't it?
Exactly. You can go anywhere inside a cargo container as long as you make sure it's positioned so it doesn't fall off the fucking boat.
I feel as though now that we have Vancouver, why not try to expand?
This is a whisper, correct?
Yes.
Yes, this is whispered.
I point to the in the red airline and go, not that one.
No, that's
That
the
one.
that's the one we buy.
But that means she's being honest with us. Yeah.
Last
good
traction.
point. Miss Wong, I'm noticing that one of your airlines is actually doing poorly.
Yeah, it's more local commercial. Honestly, that one travels to and from Seattle a fair bit.
Okay, interesting. How about this? I'm very interested in your help with our travels and possibly using some of your shipping freights, but I'm also interested in helping you because I feel like in this new Vancouver, my new Vancouver, we should not be undercutting ourselves as venture, right? We should be leading by example to the lower clans, should we not?
Yes, we should leave the undercutting and backstabbing to La Sombra.
Of course. So let me
Elena
help you.
gets up.
Calming
And it
breaths.
gets darker.
Calming breaths.
It gets darker.
Let's do this quickly before she snaps. I'd like to purchase your airline, straight up. And in return, now that I'm partially invested in your company, you offer me maybe 3 major boons.
It would depend on which airline you're interested in purchasing.
The one
Make
that's
it
in the red.
4 major boons.
Says 4.
We'll take the shitty airline.
That would probably be 3 major boons.
No, that's going to be 4 major boons.
We are removing a deeply suffering investment off of your hands in exchange for a buyout.
This is true, but I prefer the original agreement.
The original agreement is going to be off the table because I said that's going to be 4 major boons. Otherwise, you might be seeing me later.
3 major, 1 minor.
That was going to be my next offer.
All right. Let's get another roll from Charlotte. Now, let's see. Can you guys hear this?
I can now, actually, yeah.
Okay, yeah. That was close enough to the mic. But I don't think that one did very well. I think Charlotte's going to own this one.
Just 4.
Just 4? Just 4.
Not the like 12s that we're used to.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's mostly with her protecting herself from Majesty.
Yes.
I was about to say I can roll an intimidation roll to.
Apparently that was not going to help last time.
You trying to intimidate.
You're gonna
your-
like this.
Your just 4 is 2 more than what she rolled. So she's like, yes, actually, yeah, I could agree with that. 3 majors and a minor.
Great. I look forward to doing further business with you.
Indeed. And she basically grabs her briefcase and leaves.
As she's walking off, one of my shadow tentacles is going to just trip up her leg to make her stumble. She doesn't have to fall, but she's gonna stumble. There's no grace going out of this place for her.
Let's get a roll for that.
I
shall we?
will.
And while that's going on, Cassandra, I've got a docket of boons for you.
What do I need to roll?
So I'll take the note from Charlie and start
It'll
transcribing it into
be
my
the
phone.
rouse check for the shadow tentacles.
Oh, I get hungrier. That's great.
Elena, why are you
Yeah.
messing around with these lower clans?
Because I want to make them embarrassed. I want to make them understand their place.
A good embarrassment would be to beat them at their own game.
And how do you propose I do that other than make them look stupid?
You work at a large corporation, do you not?
I do.
Take a piece of that, break it off for yourself, get that Charlotte or Eater, whatever, get her to give it to you, and then defeat them at their own game.
That is what I'm doing. It is just taking more time than I intentionally needed it to do.
And you don't hear anything else.
All right. So then, what else do I roll now? Do I have to roll a? It's.
I believe it
What is it?
Strength in Oblivion. Let's try that.
Strength in Oblivion. Okay. Well, that's a good roll. That's fine. I'm good.
That's probably like a spectacular roll.
That's a really good roll for me. Yeah. Thanks. Okay, that one went astray. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 2 crits.
So that definitely trips them up. Like if you're not going to have them like fall flat on their face, then they.
I mean, if they fall flat on their face, perfect. But
with that amount of successes, she definitely would fall flat on her face.
Watch out for that rug.
Cassandra leans over to Elena and goes really loudly, "How embarrassing."
I know, right? You think that at this point, Ventru would know how to walk properly and not trip up over carpets.
She's gonna get up.
I'll
and
actually
brush herself
run
off.
forward and try to help her up too.
She's gonna be like, "Yeah, no, that's fine." On her way out, she turns back and says the deal's off, and leaves.
Wonderful. Now,
You can mark
who
off the
riled
last-
up that carpet on the way in?
I don't know what you're talking about.
You
She
can probably
tripped.
mark off the last one on the list. Sandra.
Yeah.
What seems to be the problem? You guys walked in with such good energy, and now you cost me one of the deals today. Thank goodness you guys were late. I'm sure you would have cost me more than one.
You know, at this point, she's just going to look at Cassandra and then at Harley, Charlie, and then back to Cassandra and say, I don't think that I want to have a renegotiation, actually. I think that I'm just kind of over all of this. But don't worry. Secrets are safe with me. And she's just gonna turn and walk out.
I'm gonna
I got
wordless.
this one.
Okay.
I'll go after her. You guys here, and I'll slide Charlie's sheet back to him. You guys stay here. You are obviously doing great. I'll go after her this time.
Feeling very underappreciated right now.
Cassandra's gonna go after Elena.
Just look over to Charlotte.
Yes.
How are you going to fix it?
I guess I've got my work cut out for me with this coterie.
So long as you fix it.
I don't seem to have a choice. And
Correct.
then Charlotte's going to get up, and then she's going to go into her office, and you're going to hear smashing stuff, like flipping stuff over.
I was gonna very just calmly close the notebook and the laptop and just nod to Harley, and he'll walk out. He'll probably head back towards Elena's room. No idea if she's even going that way. Just nowhere else to be at the moment.
See, this is funny on two levels for the storyteller. One, because Brennan used the beep button, and two, because in the Zoom chat, Brennan actually sent me like a kind of expletive deleted thing in the chat.
I'm actually going to try to follow our recent guest out. I want to try to see if I can try to salvage this.
Sure. She's just going to be going down the elevator to the limo that's waiting.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I'm gonna if I have to like rush to catch up to her, I will. All right, hey.
Yes.
She's going through some shit.
Who?
Hey,
The Primogen that allowed my disrespect, or the Primogen who disrespected me?
yes. What can I do to make this right?
I'm not sure that there's anything that can make that right.
Try me.
Major Boone.
Done.
Excellent. I've always had good relations with the Nosferatu.
And I would like to...
She reaches out to shake your hand.
I'm actually impressed. Harley's actually taken aback by that. And he takes her hand. And he shakes it. This is...
He shows absolutely no repulsion whatsoever. She doesn't like pull back her hand and do like the rubbing it on her suit or anything like that. She just, shakes your hand as if it's like a typical business meeting.
Yeah. Thank you.
I am older than many of the neonates that are in Vancouver. I know that the Nosferatu are an important part of Camarilla society, so we should have a good working relationship with them.
If you don't mind, I'd like your phone number. I'd like to stay in contact with you, if that's all right.
She does the kind of like resting the briefcase kind of on her hip thing, pops it open, pulls out a business card for you.
And I take it, give it a cursory examination. I've already memorized the phone number. It's going inside the breast pocket of my blazer.
Okay.
So I will definitely be in touch, ma'am, and I do have to thank you for your professional courtesy in this matter and allowing me to help make this right.
For the Nosferatu, always.
Thank you.
If you need anything for your clan, don't hesitate to ask.
I appreciate that, ma'am. Thank you. And you have a good night.
You as well.
And I'll and I'll just leave her to walk away, and I'm gonna text her from my phone. This is Harley. Thanks again.
She gets into her limo. The limo pulls away, and you get a text back of no problem. If you need anything, don't hesitate.
Thank you. And I will go back to the boardroom.
What's going on in the running away section of the Charlotte Industries?
Elena is waiting, kind of hiding, in which if Cassandra is following her, then Cassandra would be with her as well, and Elena is watching for that Ventru.
You probably won't see her, but you'll see me walk by on my way up to Elena's room.
Yeah.
So now what's the plan?
I don't like that, considering that we are supposed to be Primogen and they are supposed to be trying to gain favor, that it was okay for her to insult all de la Sombra, that would include me as well. But I make her feel a little bit humbled, trip her up a bit, so that she understands her place.
And she threw a hissy fit. I saw.
Mm-hmm. And then Charlotte decides that what she did was okay, but what I did was not okay.
I mean, Charlotte's just trying to wheel and deal, right? You know, put her best foot.
It doesn't matter. We're supposed to have each other's backs in all of this. Support. That's the point of all of it. That is the point of being a coterie. That's the point of doing this in the first place, is because we're supposed to be family. And that is not what we are doing. That is not what she's been doing. She went to stay with Connor. She knows damn well what Connor did to you. She knows all of that. And yet it's okay. It's okay. She can go and mingle and mate or whatever the fuck it was she did with Connor. It's all right. It doesn't matter how it made you feel. It doesn't matter if she asked your permission or not. The fact of the matter is that she shouldn't have done it in the first place.
Yeah.
And whether she's dominating Harley or not, that's still not okay, even if he said it was okay. It's not okay like that. None of that is okay. We're supposed to...
Yeah. So what do you want to do about it?
First, I'm going to go kill that Ventru, because...
Okay, let's walk that back like 35%.
She needs to understand where her placement is in all of this, and it is not...
Okay. So let's throw a Molotov through her limo window.
Fine. Let's do that.
Let's do that.
Molotov her window.
Yeah. I'm
Burn
sure we can
down
figure out
an
which...
airline. We can pick our most important airline and burn it to the ground. I'm good at that too.
Yeah, I'm sure airlines are easy to burn down.
It doesn't matter as long as it causes considerable amount of damage.
Yeah. Also, do we still want to lockpick Charlotte's stuff and find those contacts?
Absolutely, we want to pick the things for Charlotte. In fact, we probably don't even need to really pick them. We could probably just ask Sandra for them.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just go tell Sandra what we're doing and that she's gonna help.
She probably will.
Yeah.
And she's not going to tell Charlotte unless Charlotte asks specifically, Sandra, did somebody open up my safe and look at all of my contracts?
That is such a good impression. I literally thought Charlotte was talking to me right now.
Wow. Usually, come on, Sam. I expect that sort of nonsense.
So good at this, my goddamn.
I expect that sort of nonsense from the rest of the coterie, not from you. Okay.
No. Okay, so I guess our plan is to go try to rob Charlotte a little.
No, first we're going to Molotov cocktail that lady in her car.
Okay.
And then we're going to find out what exactly Charlotte has going on with Harley, and we're going to make sure that it gets undone. But I'm going to tell you now, Cassandra, because honestly, the way that it is all going, I don't know that I want to continue to be part of it like this. Like, the whole point of it was to be not Camarilla, not Anarch, not Sabbat. And we've become worse than Camarilla. We are, in some manners, part Sabbat at this point, completely. And it is not what it was before. And I'm completely okay with that being the case. But let's understand that full transparency. If that's what it's going to be, then I'm better off by myself.
Oh, that's not true. But you're not wrong. It has gotten a little cutthroat up in here lately. I miss when things were simple and easy and nice. I don't like all this dominate and the boons and the lying to each other. I'm not a fan.
I was supposed to be the one to protect and be chief of security, which is not something that I wanted to do in the first place. None of this was. But I agreed to do it. And I understand that all of you think that that's what I do, how I do is unnecessary or extravagant or a little over the top. But I always get my point across. And the number one thing that I have tried to do from the very beginning, even though I didn't want to fucking do it, was to make sure that no matter what we walked into, no matter what if it was SI or werewolves or piece of shit sires with a god complex, I ensured that every moment we all walked out of there at least.
We appreciate what you do.
Really, because I don't feel like you do. I feel like you act like I'm causing all of the bad things when, in all honesty, I'm not causing it. I'm making sure that you are all staying alive for it.
I think what we're
To get
worried
away
about
from
is how easy it seems to have gotten for you to make those leaps. I mean, we went real quick from, oh, let's trip her, to let's literally murder her. And let's be honest, she insulted you. No question. Fuck her. But I wouldn't say we were in danger from her. I don't think she deserved a killing.
You don't think that we're in danger from her? She insulted me. She insulted
Not moral danger.
Sombra.
Sure, but that's...
But to
you
insult
can't kill everyone who's an asshole.
To insult me, Primogen, in the same room as all of you. You are associated with me. What do you think is going to happen when the other Ventru hear what she said and that it was okay? Or the other Toreador hear it was okay? Or the other Sombra that is in the city? There's only, so many, but nonetheless, they're pretty fucking vicious. What do you think is going to happen when Nixodon finds out that a low-level Ventru is able to speak that way to one of us after letting Harley take the position that he's in and then giving him a Voldery? What do you think is going to happen?
I'm more concerned about what's going to happen when someone finds out you killed a Ventru with no permission from a prince and not even...
There is no prince around right now, that's the point! It's open fucking season on all of them if I want it to be!
I don't think that's really quite the
Who's going to
situation.
stop it? Who's going to say anything? Where is Hazoon? Huh? Where is he? He's got the prince hidden in the abyss. Oh, the sheriff is hiding out with the rest of the gang right now because he's been put in the abyss too.
So what's going to happen when someone finds out you killed that girl and her sire or her child or whoever goes to the sheriff and is like, hey, this Lasombra is crazy and needs to be dealt with?
What do you think that somebody's going to find out that it was me that did it? It's a Ventru, for fuck's sake. They all have enemies.
Because this entire building has like 900 bajillion cameras in it. And Harley's great, but there are other Nosferatu. There are other Nosferatu who will take a paycheck. And like, yeah, we live in Vancouver and Harley has control of Vancouver, but what happens if someone decides to employ a Nos who lives in Seattle who doesn't give a fuck about our prince and our sheriff and our little coterie here?
And what does it matter at that point? What do you think's going to happen if anybody finds out that I killed them?
I don't know, maybe they'll blow up this building like they blew up an Elysium. You can't just fuck around like this.
I don't think it was the last ones that blew up Elysium. I'm pretty sure that Hazoon had something to do with that because it was a power play. But it doesn't matter. The whole point of the matter is the fact that we don't care if it's Camarilla. We're not supposed to give a damn about Camarilla laws or their rules or their bullshit. We're not supposed to care about the Anarchs. We're not supposed to care about that. But yet we are tiptoeing around every little piece of what they do. Every little thing. We are taking the breaks. We are conforming and compromising everything that we've been trying to work for to stay within their laws.
I mean, wasn't that the agreement when we all signed on to this? We knew we were gonna have to play, but we have to play the parts until whatever the end game is here. I've never quite
Cassandra,
understood
until we
the
played
plan.
the parts so long that we are what we wanted to not be?
That was my argument from the get-go, so don't yell at me.
And you're making my points for me, and I'm making yours. Do you understand where we are? We're on the same fucking page.
Yeah, but I don't want to kill people.
You don't have to. That's what I'm for.
Okay,
That's why I'm
but
doing
you
what I'm
don't have to
doing.
Kill people. You shouldn't have to.
I shouldn't have to, but I do have to, because it's the only way that any of you are going to stay alive any longer than we are here. That's the only way to make sure that you don't die, that you don't fall to fucking Connor, and that he doesn't take everything that he wants from you, or that Cassandra, that Charlotte decides that she wants to be the prince next, and then Hazoon fucking murders her because she's reaching too high, which is obviously what she's going to do now, or that Harley falls to the fucking Sabat, or that Charlie ends up stuck in his own fucking cobweb. That's what I have to do, and that's what I'm going to do.
Hug Elena. I'm just going to reach out and hug Elena and hold her as tight as I can.
You sure you want to do that with
Yes.
somebody who's a little bitey at the moment?
Totally sure. No fear.
Cool.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm
You're
just
okay.
trying to keep all of you safe and protected, because I don't want to lose any of you. That's
You're not
not
going to. We're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. We're all here together.
The deeper that we get, the higher that risk.
And
So
that's
do
why
what
we
I have
need
to.
you. We all need you. We all need each other. That includes Charlotte. And if we want to renegotiate how we're going about this, then we can and we should. Because I agree, maybe this isn't the best for all of us. We've all done some not so stellar things this last year. But this isn't the way. Now, do you want to go throw some flaming bottles of alcohol at something? Okay, let's go throw some flaming bottles.
Yes, let's go through the flaming bottles.
Slight storyteller note. Where are you throwing the flaming bottles?
I'm not even sure we care.
Let's consider it my need to know.
If we can find that Ventru at her car. Preferably the
Just the
windows.
car. Just the car. I'm
In the
hoping
window.
for just the car. And
Okay.
if not hers, we'll find somewhere.
All right, just to clarify, this is the Ventru that I just gave a major boon to.
Yes!
And who drove away from Harley already, just for
Yeah.
point.
Well, we'll find a limo we think is hers, and nothing will go wrong with that plan.
It's one of Charlotte's.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that's a better idea. Let's just go throw one in Charlotte's limo.
By the way, somebody is driving away with the Molotov cocktail happening. That's all I gotta say. And by
2
the way,
points on that.
vibe
They're-
check, I'm good.
Yeah.
I just want to put that out there. We're good. I'm good.
Everybody else good?
Mm-hmm.
2 points on that. 1, the limo is pretty far from here at this point, and 2, the way Lex put that, it was like, it sounded like she was saying, I really want to adjust the car, and it's like, wait a minute, hold on, I don't think you want that.
No, we don't.
I don't think we want those guys showing up just yet.
Especially not right now.
So
Yeah.
Elena.
We know where
and-
this lady, we know where this Ventru person is. I'm sure we can make it there.
So Elena
Molotov
and Cassandra
her
just torch
car.
one of Charlotte's limos.
Yeah.
Yep.
You mad at her too, so why not?
Already in a stellar mood.
And it probably has like scrawled, this is for banging my sire in lipstick on the hood of the car.
Yes. You know what you did in red lipstick. She'll never know who wrote this.
Yeah, that's actually written on there. So, how's the meeting room going with Charlie and Charlotte.
Oh, I left after Charlotte went into her office and started cursing. I just went. I'm literally just sitting upstairs in Elena's room during all of this. So, cut back to Charlotte.
Charlotte is legit throwing a tantrum and like you've never seen before in her office and tearing it apart.
You hear like from the floor underneath your desk. You hear like a zzz. Miss Alden?
Yes, Sandra.
Is everything okay?
No, Sandra.
Do you want me to send some refreshments?
Yes, Sandra.
Will the refreshments be hurt?
Yes, Sandra.
So the expendable ones then.
Yes, Sandra.
And then you hear that zzz, as if it's cutting off.
And she's just sitting on top of her flip desk.
Was this desk of any kind of importance? Was it like a super expensive desk, or was it just like one of those ones that you would find in an average utility closet?
It was expensive. It was her desk in her closet. There's not a whole lot in there, but it's nice stuff that's in there.
Yeah. As you're sitting there waiting for the refreshments to arrive, you realize that in your flipping of it, one of your drawers is kind of ajar and open, and it's definitely like it's kind of off the rails and broken.
I broke the desk, or it was already broken?
You broke the desk because it was in perfect working order before the flip.
Great. Add it to the list.
Oh, which list?
I need a new desk. No, I want this desk repaired. It's my favorite desk. I've had it for years.
Okay. Then you hear like the
carpenter
again.
or something. I don't know. Charlie left. Harley left. Everybody left.
Yeah. There's Miss Ardane, there's a fire in the parking garage.
That's what I was about to say.
Just throw it away.
Throw what away, Miss Ardane?
The fire. I don't care. Figure it out.
Okie dokie. And it cuts off again. And at that point, you hear a knock on your door.
Is that the refreshments?
Yeah, it's Chet and Sam.
Yeah, fade to black.
Damn.
As my storyteller need to know, are you going to zero hunger for this particular Munchfest?
No.
Okay. Cool.
She really thought about it though.
It was that close.
It was really close.
So does anybody else have anything pressing to do for this particular?
After we set Charlotte's car on fire,
Step 2.
Step 2, larceny.
Well, Charlotte's in that office.
We really thought the fire would draw her out.
I know, right?
Harley is screaming in the lobby.
Harley's screaming in the lobby?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or
Yeah.
Why is Harley screaming in the lobby?
because he was probably going to go and do something dumb.
He was trying to fulfill his plan.
If
And
Harley
Charlotte's dominate kicked in.
can we hear Harley screaming in the hallway?
You cannot.
Okay. Sorry, Harley.
No,
You're on your own,
you're
buddy.
fine, because basically as soon as she left, or as soon as that Ventru left, Harley just kind of stood there in the lobby for a couple of minutes, just going, just really taking a moment to collect himself. And as soon as he went to turn to do what he needed to do, he basically just collapsed. And because he's still trying to get what he needs to get done. He's still having his thing.
So this seems like a fairly good spot to cut off this particular episode.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's gone their separate ways.
Charlie just waiting in Elena's room for whenever she's done with whatever the hell's going on.
Lighting shit on fire.
Yeah. Harley's in the fetal position in the lobby. Charlotte's kicking the shit out of some interns, and the girls having girls' night.
Fire.
Yes, we are. With fire.
Yeah.
I feel like if we couldn't get into Charlotte's office, we were just gonna take this on the road.
Oh, great. I'm super into this.
There's gonna be a lot of fires tonight.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of fire reports in Vancouver tonight.
Vancouver adjacent by night, the Thelma and Louise edition.
I'm telling you, that airline is a target.
Patreon
I don't care which one it is.
Patreon exclusive content. Elena gets driving lessons.
Yeah.
Elena can't drive a car. It won't work. It'll die.
We'll steal one of those old ones.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah.
that could work. That could work.
So let's do some quick outros for everybody. And I asked everybody in the Zoom chat if it was okay if I introduced them on the outros as what they actually have listed as their names in the Zoom chat. So let's start with literally everyone's boss, Charlotte.
Oh, that's me. Hi, I'm Brendan. I was literally everyone's boss, Charlotte. I've continued to do nothing wrong. Everything I did was for the good of my coterie, but I am continued to be the one blamed, and I have nothing going on. Those are my links. That's my Twitter.
You look so salty about it.
You torched his
Dead
fucking
Sea.
car.
You're like the Dead Sea.
Screwed up 2 of my meetings. I don't even know about one of them. He torched my
We're just a
car.
whirlwind of chaos tonight.
Yes.
Unironically, when have you seen Charlotte angry?
Honestly, no.
This is the first time, yeah.
This is the first
And we
time.
So
actually
good.
haven't seen her angry still because we all left.
Next up is Charlie the Malkavian Radio Antenna.
Hi, I'm Zachary Vaudo. That's my Twitter handle, and those are my links over there. Tuesdays, ATL by night, but we're on our season break, so tune in on Tuesdays for post-season interviews and game nights and other fun things. What else am I doing? I'm doing a variety of random things all over the place. You just watched us in the Sabat Part 2 that was on before this. Hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't watch it, fix that. It's on Martlet Games. After this, or probably actually about now, time's a little fuzzy. I'm going to be over on Gehenna Gaming, running a one-shot of Crash Pandas for the folks that are in charge of Gehenna Gaming. It's going to be just a whole bunch of ridiculousness as these 4 guys play a bunch of car hijacking, street racing raccoons in a death race theme that I have constructed for them. That's over on Gehenna Gaming. Next week on Martlet Games, we should be airing something.
Yep.
If I may, Patrick. A surprise other one-shot that I'll be running. A Vampire the Masquerade one-shot on Martlet Games. It is titled Last Kindred Standing. Several kindred will be placed on an island, and we'll see what they do about it.
I love
So-
Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Tune in on Martlet Games to see how they handle it.
I saw this movie once. It had Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I love The Condemned.
Next up would be, let's see, Elena Cortez, the Protector.
Not to be fucked with, yo. Yeah. Samantha McLarty. I was Elena Cortez. Still am Elena Cortez. and I am doing a lot of stuff. Yeah. So you just saw part 2 of Deathback, hopefully, as Zach said, and I was Davy in that. Had a lot of fun doing that. I'm going to eventually at some point be doing London's Bleeding season 2. And I'm going to be running a 10 Candles game, which, despite what Brendan said about not having anything to do because, you know, his Charlotte is throwing a temper tantrum, you're doing a 10 Candles with me. I'm also doing a Cult of the Blood Gods game at Martlet and Onyx Path, correct? I think. Yeah. And I think that there's more things that I'm doing that I can't remember offhand because I'm really bad at fucking outros. You think I'd have this down by now, but I don't. Other than that, if you want to know more or want to see what I'm doing, just follow the links. I have a link tree in the chat somewhere, and you can click that, and it'll like give you a list of shit. Some of those are my social medias, and I'm always posting what I'm doing there. So stay tuned, guys.
All you kids these days with your newfangled TikToks and Zima drinks, whatnot. And next up is Harley the Misery Dog.
That's the truest.
Yeah.
Fork. Hi, I'm Patrick Gill, creative director of Martlet Games. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff going on. That's the Twitter down there, as everyone is saying. The link tree is that direction. Or it's down there if you're watching this vertically and mobile like I do because reasons. Anyways, yeah, everyone's pretty much talked about everything that we've got going on. This was a very busy past couple of days, getting like 2 or 3 games basically like, hey, we're doing this in like the span of like, it's been busy. But anyways, yeah, I'm not going to take up too much more time. Love you all. Thanks for watching, and I'm going to kick it over that way.
Let's see if I can do this like a WWE announcer.
Yes.
And the people's primogen, Cassandra.
Hi, I'm Lex. I was Cassandra. I am currently palling around with a very bad influence.
I resent that remark. Thank you very much. We are having the time of our lives tonight.
With
resemble
fire.
is the word you're looking for. It's an R word. You're close. You're really close. It's resemble.
Maybe next game I'll show up all in black. It'll be shocking to everyone.
Girl.
Cassandra.
Yes! We are doing this.
I don't have anything else going on because I'm a big loser. You can just catch me here on Saturdays. You can also keep an eye out for my horror game that'll be launching sometime like late summerish, Skin Deep. As always, you can find my book on the Amazons, and that is it for me. Links, etc.
Etc. Links and stuff, you know, stuff and such. I am Storyteller Steve. I am usually the person who starts off at noon PST, but today we started off with the Sabbat game over on the Martlet Games. We are still on our season break. We're going to be not on this week and not on next week. But then we're going to come back for season 2 of Delve into Darkness. I can't remember what day that is. Just remember that it's not this week or next week. It's the week after. That's, yeah, pretty much it. Tune in tomorrow on Vancouver by Night for the part 3 of Phandalin by Night, a D&D adventure, which is got its title from the by night stuff that we had. So yeah, they're kind of paying homage to us. It's actually really great. They had a character death already and they're not even out of first level yet. It's awesome. So tune into that. And then Tuesdays we have our regular D&D game in which we're trying to, I don't know, find some demon snake goddess person thing. I don't know what's going on. We're probably all going to die there too. It's great. So yeah, tune into all that stuff. Keep an eye on the socials, which are down there or over there. Sorry, over there. I don't know where the fuck they are. It's fine. So yeah, we're gonna hop over to Rolling These 20s and some Philly by Night. Lex, Do you want to pitch
Phones
us
off,
over?
everyone.
Yeah, let's not forget as well. Lex has something else coming up, which is some ASMR. And Brennan just left. Hey, Brennan, if you still have your headphones on, you can still hear this.
He whipped them across the room.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that
All right.
part.
All right.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of Vancouver Adjacent by Night. Now stay tuned as we roll into Rolling These 20s. Have a good night.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.